Hello folks, my name is Neil, my pronouns are he, him, and I am the creator of Fey Earth, an indie TTRPG set in an alternate 19th century Earth where all the creatures from folklore and fairytale are real, have always been real, and live alongside humanity. This is a somewhat special stream. We don't have our usual players, but we have rather the amazing cast of Damsels in Distress, including one of the original MVP players, Rio plays Seth. So,
actually, you are Seth in this as well. You get no stats.
So,
You're allowed 1d20 and that's it.
We are very excited to see how we do. Playing very, very different characters to what you're used to, but in a world that is a similar feel to the world of Demons and Daughters. It's Victorian era as opposed to Regency, and it's Fey as opposed to demons. But there'll be lots of magic, lots of spookiness, lots of shenanigans. So, without further ado, do one of you want to introduce yourselves?
It's one of us two because we're on the ends.
Yes.
I'm Maijai Hibbard. I will be playing Luck Turner. And my pronouns are they, them.
What are Luck's pronouns?
Luck's a she, her.
Okay.
I'm Taya Kambalova. I will be playing Sylvie Talic, and both mine and Sylvie's pronouns are she, her. I got really confused by that for a second, but they're the same.
I'm Morne Putman-Trimmer. I play Bardo Doppel. My pronouns are they, them. Bardo's, who knows?
Bardos or something.
Yeah.
Question mark.
Question mark.
Hello, I'm good. Happy to be back. I'm Rio Lewin. My pronouns are he, they. And I'm going to be playing Robert Elizabeth, whose pronouns are he, him.
Intro.
The year is 1872 and we are in the fine city of London. It is a city that is similar to what it was in our own history. It is a massive centre of industry, filled with a wide variety of people from a wide variety of cultures. In this world, the cities are still mostly inhabited by humans. Some Fey used to live in the human cities, but when the industrial era started, and cities got basically manky and filthy and full of smog and smoke and stuff, that they were like, yeah, screw this, we're going back to the forest where it's nice and pretty and we have clean air. There are a few exceptions to that. You would find goblin and dwarven artificers who still work in the cities making arcane items for the everyday folk, as well as magitech for industrialists, because even in a world of magic and whimsy, we can never escape the true BBEG, which is capitalism.
For real, for real.
So, it's a random Tuesday, and Sylvie, you have gotten a letter in the post, the morning post, but it is not for you, it is for your dear friend Luck.
All right. And you will have told me where you're staying.
Yes.
Which corner of the park?
Yeah.
You.
Head to this park, turn left, and you'll see like a little cropping of bushes, and I'm probably in there.
All right. Sylvie is really excited. I presume this is the first letter I've received for you.
More than likely.
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
I will say that the handwriting is exquisite.
Lovely. Okay. Fights the temptation to open it. And yeah, I'll sort of stick it in a pocket that I think I've got tied onto me. And yeah, head out of my door towards where you're staying. Yeah, I'll just follow the directions that you gave me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I get to the greenery of the park where you live, I'll just sort of wander around looking for my friend.
What form are you currently in?
That's an excellent
Because
question.
I'm looking for human luck.
Yes.
If I remember.
What time of day is it?
It's morning. It was the morning post.
Okay, I'm probably human again.
Okay, right, yes. What form are you in when you sleep in the park?
I don't know, something small, maybe like a ferret or something.
Because your V-shaped spell will last for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Which is, that's not bad for, sleep,
I think I probably curl up as a little ferret and get cozy.
Okay, right. So yeah.
But I'll make sure that I'm in a space big enough for when I turn back to me.
Yes.
But burrow in some leaves.
Right.
Are you
This
awake
girl is
when I
strange.
find you?
Yeah.
Okay. A letter came for you. It just arrived this morning. Handwriting's lovely.
All right.
Were you expecting it?
No. All right, and I'll open it.
So the letter is from a Baron Featherton. This is a man that you met only a couple of weeks ago, and you've become kind of friends. It was a completely random situation. You were walking along Regent Street, and as you were passing by him, a horse suddenly bolted and struck him, hitting him in the head. And he fell to the ground, and he looked like it was a pretty serious head wound. And you immediately ran over to him, and being a druid with the gift of healing magic, you just immediately, instinctively healed him. He was extremely grateful for this aid. Also, really impressed to meet somebody who actually has magic, because magic is a funny thing in the world of Fey Earth. It exists in the everyday in that people will have random enchanted items and the likes for their households, you know, hot stones to heat up your bath and stuff like that. But it's also still super rare, and unless you're an artificer, it's a mystery, you know? As I say, it's like electricity in our world. So actually meeting somebody with magic is very rare. There are the Fey Touch, those people, those humans who somewhere in their ancestry, someone did the dirty with a Fey creature, and then that Fey blood passes on through their lineage. They are all born with the arcane spark, and we'll be able to cast a couple of simple spells. Most Fey Touch don't go on to study and become powerful spellcasters because they're too busy feeding themselves and their families. The reality of life gets in the way of being a crazy adventurer. So when he met you and you did this powerful healing magic, he was very impressed, and you went for a lovely tea, and you've maintained your friendship. And when you open up the letter, and in his beautifully fine script, you see the letter to you. My dear Luck, I hope you are well. I am writing to you because I am wondering if I could get your aid. A friend of mine, Mr. Jonathan Becker, who I know from Winton's Gentleman's Club, is having a bit of a problem. He owns a factory here in the city, and that factory, well, he's having a bit of a problem with it because the brass mills that he is in, he'd recently purchased some new furnaces, but there is something wrong with the furnaces. Every time workers come near them, they become overcome by fumes and collapse. He himself was bedridden for 2 days after it happened to him, and his family was greatly worried. As a result, he's had to shut down the factory and is losing considerable money every day. And we are looking for somebody who can help with this. We don't think the constabulary would be of any help with this, but you with your unusual skills, I was hoping perhaps you could have a look. Yours sincerely, Baron Featherton. And then P.S. You may respond to this correspondence with a letter simply addressed to Winton's, and I will get it there.
Winton's?
Yes, Winton's Gentleman's Club.
I will have been reading that over your shoulder. Would you have told me the story about meeting him?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so like Baron Featherton, he's like this nice old man, like he's in his like mid-50s, and he's he's as well as being a baron, he told you he's actually the owner of a number of bakeries around the city as well, which is kind of an unusual thing because a lot of the gentry don't work, they don't have jobs, they're still getting their income from the rents that their tenant farmers would give them working on the lands that they own, that they've inherited through their families. But he, as well as being a baron, as well as being on the gentry, has invested in industry, and in this case specifically bakeries.
Do you think you can help?
I'm not really sure.
Don't know, but that's nice he thought of you.
Yeah, but it's not really my kind of thing.
I suppose, but
It sort of goes against all of the nature stuff.
He's probably never met someone who can do the things you can do before. Or maybe he has, but he doesn't trust them with that. I mean,
he is nice enough. I guess I should help in some way.
I suppose. Maybe if you help him, he can help you with what you're doing and what you're looking for. I'm sure he knows lots of people in the city. Probably got loads of, I don't know, through all of his factories and bakeries, he probably knows lots of people, sees lots of comings and goings.
I suppose he could be of some help. All right. Do you think we can? Well, I don't want to assume that you're gonna.
Oh, I'll come if you want me to.
That could be fun.
I could help. I mean, I know a little bit about furnaces and hot things from my
Well,
aunt.
exactly.
All right.
All right. Do you think we'll need anyone else? I don't really know what it is.
Maybe. I mean,
Fumes and stuff.
doesn't sound good. I'm gonna look back at the letter again.
Yeah, I said there's fumes coming out of the furnaces that were instantly overcoming the workers who went near the furnaces. And Mr. Becker, he was bedridden for 2 days because of...
Would I have ever heard of anything like that before?
I mean, probably... Give me an intellect roll.
First roll. I don't know what I add to it.
Just your intellect.
It is.
You don't have
It's not great.
training in science or engineering or anything like that.
11.
So you do know obviously a little bit about factories and furnaces, not much because you come from a very rural background and you're a druid. So you really don't.
I know nothing.
You know factories are a thing, okay? But you know the basic principles of what a furnace is, okay? It's a thing that makes stuff hot. And you did briefly spend some time with Sylvie and her Aunt Trudy, who's a blacksmith. So you're like, okay, yeah, in the forge it would get a bit smoky, but in a factory you'd assume that wouldn't be like they deal. This does seem a bit weird, And I'm gonna say even with only an 11, you're like, something's a bit off because like, why didn't he just go back to the engineers who made the furnace? The fact that he's coming to you, a druid, a magic user, suggests something's a bit strange with it.
Yeah.
Can I do a roll as well? Just if there's anything that I know, like from living with Trudy.
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah. That's bad.
The same roll.
Another 8.
Okay, right. So yeah. I mean, you do know, of course, that Magitech is a thing.
Yeah.
So there are factories that have furnaces that aren't powered by burning coke and coal. Their flames are produced magically. So maybe it's some sort of a Magitech furnace, and because you're a caster, he's like, oh, I'll get the magic user that I know to come. But that would be a different area of magic to what you do. That would be sorcery, the sorcerers who study in university, to work in industry. So very different to what you do. But he probably doesn't know any sorcerers because it is super rare.
I suppose. All right, well, I guess I'll write back.
Yeah. I mean, say that you're willing to help and ask when we should go. And maybe mention that I'm coming as well.
Do you have any paper?
I'm going to look in my goblin purse and whip out some random scraps of paper.
Roll percentile dice.
46.
Okay. So. You don't have any paper. But what you do have is a large section of birch tree bark.
Yes.
Randomly, that you're like, this'll do, and you hand it to Luck.
Luck is so happy about this. She's really like, that's even better.
Looks smooth enough to write on.
Absolutely. Pulls out a pen that I'm like a pencil, which I feel like is also made of some sort of bark, but like I've managed
You've sharpened it yourself.
I've put something in so that I've got ink or something, and I'll pen back a letter saying, I'll have a look. I'm not really sure what I'm going to be able to do, but I guess I'll have a look. I've got a friend who's willing to help me. Do you, are there any expertise that you think we need? And where should I meet you, I guess?
Okay. You feel like you probably can't go to the post office with this, and you should probably hand deliver it to Winton's. But you know where Winton's is because that was where he took you for tea on the day that you met.
Okay.
So you go to Winton's.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And when you get there, the porter recognizes you, but he's not going to let you in because it is a private gentleman's club.
Yeah.
I'm also here. I've never been here before, and I'm just quite fascinated.
Yeah, this is
I'm looking through the windows.
This is a really posh part of London you're in right now, okay? And he's like, good morning, miss. Can I help you?
I've got a letter for Baron Featherton.
Oh, of course. Thank you very much, miss. I will make sure he gets the correspondence immediately.
There might be a response to it, so I guess we'll just wait here.
Oh, he's not here right now.
Oh,
It is very early in the morning, miss. But he will be there. He will be here this afternoon. I believe that the gentlemen have a game of cards arranged later. So he will be certainly here for that. And once he arrives, I will be sure to make sure that he gets the correspondence.
all right. Have you ever had his bakeries?
Don't think so.
Well,
Any
we've got some
nearby?
time to kill. I'm sure there's some nearby.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you go down
Right.
the street. It's like a 5-minute walk to one of his bakeries.
We'll be back later.
His bakeries are called Featherton's Fancies.
Nice.
That's his chain, if you will. And yeah, you go in. You see, going in, there's a couple of
I've been covering myself in dirt. Oh.
yeah. So there's a couple of they're clearly like housemaids or household servants who are coming to buy like baked goods for the houses. You see 1 or 2 governesses with their small children coming to get treats for the morning. You guys walk in and everybody turns and looks at you because you've just gone into a bakery in a posh part of the city. They're looking at the two of you. They look at Luck. They look at Sylvie. Then they look back at Luck again. Walking in, dirt-covered face, barefoot.
I forgot that I was barefoot. Morning.
Good morning, ladies. What could we get for you? And you see there's a plethora of beautiful baked goods. There's all manners of different types of, soda breads. There's various different pastries. There's a couple of pasties as well. It's nice.
What do you want?
There's lots of sweet pastries as well. I feel like Sylvie would want a
Sylvie's.
sweet pastry.
I think Sylvie's looking at any sort of like cinnamony, like
Yeah.
cakey type things.
You do see something that looks like it's got some sort of crushed nuts on it with some glazed brown sugar, and you see dustings of what you think could be cinnamon or nutmeg.
How much for one of those?
That would be 3 copper, miss.
I'll reach into my little purse. I think she also keeps all her money in her goblin purse, so she's like
Well, that you will be
rifling around.
you will be able to retrieve the
Yeah.
coppers.
She's
You don't
just
need to-
like, it takes her a while, I think.
Yeah.
And then she's very like, thank you, sir.
You're welcome, miss. As the woman hands you the wrapped in a small piece of brown paper.
I'll get one of the same.
Very good, miss.
And I'll also
Very-
give 3 gold.
Yeah, these are
3 copper.
yeah these
3
are
gold, imagine.
Jesus. Luck's never been to the city before.
She's very new here.
No, I will actually just say this for you. In the 19th century, there were two posts in the day. There was a morning post and an afternoon post. Because that was how people communicated. They would literally write postcards to each other. So if you were arranging to meet up with friends, you would send them a postcard in the morning, meeting up today for like tea, and then they could reply to you in the same day with their correspondence, with their postcards back. That was how people, in the world of Fey Earth, if you're wealthy, you have an arcanogram, which is literally a magical telegram, but this also exists. So even if Baron Featherton doesn't get to Winton's until later in the afternoon, there's a good chance he will be able to get a letter to Aunt Trudy's in the evening post. So it's not like you're waiting till tomorrow for your reply.
Yeah. I guess we like go and find somewhere to sit and eat our pastry.
Yeah.
I feel like we just
we stay in this like posh area of town.
And we just
kind of
like whittled the day
observing,
away
yeah.
a bit. And then
I'll ask you how your search is going.
there's sort of nothing new.
Well, that can't go on forever.
Yeah. I've heard that there's sort of around... I don't know. I've followed so many leads at this point. But like you said, the Baron might be able to find something. So.
I hope so. Been keeping an ear out, but I haven't heard anything that sounds promising.
So, you guys can spend the day window shopping.
Yeah. And then when it gets like time that we know Post might like get back,
we'll head
like,
back.
Head back to Trudy's and
Yeah.
see. So you do get back at about 4:30, and there is a small letter has just arrived, and it's the same handwriting.
All right, I'll open that.
A woman says, "That is so wonderful to hear. If you could come to Winton's this afternoon, this evening at 5:30, I will arrange for you to be allowed in so we can discuss the matter."
Does it mention anything about bringing Sylvie?
You did say...
I did say that I've got something
it
intent.
says, and any other help is much appreciated. Yes.
Hey, you get to come inside too.
That's exciting.
But it doesn't say, like, if there's any sort of other expertise that we need.
That was it.
Okay.
So, yes.
What's about the time now? Like how far
It's
away
like
is
4:30.
Okay.
So, got a little bit of time, but you're not going to be waiting for hours, you know?
Yeah. I've never been inside a gentleman's club before.
Usually women aren't allowed in gentlemen's clubs, and if they are very specific women
Types of women.
doing very specific jobs.
Do you know anyone who might be able to know more?
About furnaces?
Oh,
I mean, I know people who are skilled at lots of different things. I mean, we could just go to the pub and see who's there. That's where everybody usually gathers. It's alright, it's a nice pub. No one's going to say anything about.
what's that supposed to mean?
Just like, I don't know, like the way rich people look at you when you're a bit grubby. Nobody there's going to do that.
The other thing I will say is that, I mean, obviously you are in one of the poorer parts of the city. There are more Fey touch than these parts of the city. They're still a minority, but they are a common minority. So you don't tend to have people being like, oh, look at the weirdo with the pointy ears or anything, because it's like they are just part of the community.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've got a bit of time to kill, I guess, so...
Alright. I promise it'll be alright, and everyone will be really lovely. And I will lead Luck to the pub that's sort of like the central hub of my group of colleagues and associates.
I'm sure Luck fits in really well.
So yeah, no, you do have a pub that you normally go to. It's called the Rusty Anchor, and the man who runs the pub, his name is William Thatcher. He's a like middle-aged human man, like average height and build. He's mostly bald, like really pale blue eyes. Sometimes you wonder, has he maybe got a bit of Fey blood in him? And it's funny because he squints all the time. It's kind of a joke that the guy's blind, but refuses to wear spectacles. He's constantly squinting all the time. You know, he's got this like full beard that's entirely grey and he's little beady blue eyes squinting over it, okay? But he's always really like finely dressed, you know, high coloured waistcoats over like really fine linen shirts and, you know, but he's well known, he's very well respected in the area, and he would, obviously to make a bit of extra coin, sometimes he'd allow his tavern to be used like as a base of operation for gangs, and if they need to store something, he'll let them use his cellars to store stuff and stuff like that. But he's also not in any way trustworthy. So if he can make some money by providing the police with information, he will do so in a heartbeat, you know. But he's also, as a result, someone who's pretty good at hearing about people, okay?
Would I have any knowledge of if any of my healing spells would help with, like, eyesight?
No, that would be very powerful healing magic.
I thought so.
Very, very powerful healing magic. So, when you get into the pub, there's a number of different patrons around. You know, a couple of dock workers have gotten off an earlier shift and they've come to have a few pints and the likes. Mr. Thatcher does see you, Sylvie, and he waves because he does reckon, you know, you come in occasionally. And looking around, you do see one familiar figure. Barlow.
Do I notice them come in?
Yeah. I mean, they both kind of stand out.
Okay.
Neither of us have described what we look like.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody wants to describe what they look like, by all means do.
What does Sylvie look like in contrast to this pub? Not Sylvie.
What
Luck.
do I see as you two walk in?
Yes.
That's good.
So Luck is in, Luck's about 5'5". She's quite pale. She's got, freckles, like a shaggy, light brown bob, or, almost always half up, half down. She's got vines tied in. She's barefoot. She's got a staff with her.
It's a very, very ornate staff.
Yeah.
It's
very fancy.
It stands out. It's quite outlandish.
But it looks very like it's been pulled from a tree.
There are leaves still growing and alive coming out of the staff that form into a cupping kind of shape at the top of it.
She's in there's old sort of dress coats, but she's taken the sleeves off of them. So she's got more movement, and a skirt, but yeah, she's barefoot and very grubby with a scar on her right cheek.
Okay.
And you know Sylvie.
Yeah.
Sylvie looks like she always does. If you didn't know her, you might, at a quick glance, mistake her for a child or a ghost. She's just under 5 foot.
She's so small.
Yeah.
Oh, tiny.
Yeah, she's tiny. Silvery whitish hair in an untidy plait. Very pale white skin, white eyes, dressed in very mismatching things with all manner of random trinkets on her. And yeah, she looks, as always, just kind of happy to be there.
Happy and frazzled.
So I suppose what Luck will see is a distinguished
Yeah. Them
person.
Gentleman.
Someone who is quite well dressed, but the clothes are nice, but not really put on nicely. So black shirt, black waistcoat, and also a skirt, which probably looks very weird. They have kind of a bluish tinge around them all the time, the skin, I mean. They also have, next to them where they're sat, they have a cane. It's a nice cane.
Yeah. Very nice cane wood. I think it's a brass ball on the top.
Oh, very nice.
Very, very nice.
As we walk in and I see Bardo, I'll turn to Luck and sort of trying to keep it a little bit under my breath, just, Bardo knows lots of things.
All right, if you think that there's the help.
They might. And I'll go up to your table.
Hello.
Hello, Bardo.
How are you?
I'm all right. Are you busy? Are you doing anything? Am I? Can I sit down?
Go ahead.
All right. This is my friend Luck.
I'm just awkwardly stood holding my staff at the end of the table.
Okay. Lovely to meet you.
Pleasure.
Luck's new in London.
Ah.
I've heard that you know things.
I know a thing or two.
I've been asked to help with some sort of thing that's going wrong with some furnaces, and I don't really know anything. Sylvie's coming, but we're not really sure that either of us have any idea what's going on, so we thought maybe we'd ask around to see if anybody else would know anything or want to help.
I mean, it's a job for a rich man. I'm sure he'd be very grateful to whoever helped.
Very grateful.
He owns those bakeries, the pretty ones, Featherston's Fancies.
I know the chap. Well, I know of him.
We're going to Winton's at 5:30 this evening. He's arranging for us to be allowed in.
Winton's?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know about furnaces.
Do I believe
I just think Sylvie's oh, amazing!
So that's charm.
My chap.
You have a 4 in charm.
Yeah, 16 then. 12 and 4, 16.
Give me awareness rolls, the two of you.
awareness? My awareness is rubbish.
12.
Yeah, okay, you're like, great. They know about furnaces. This is amazing.
Oh, that's great, actually, because, like, I know that you know about stuff, but, like, there's these fumes that are coming out, and apparently they're really affecting people, and we don't know what it is.
Yeah, might need to have a look at it, but...
Amazing. I told you.
So, as you're having this conversation, another figure walks into the pub. Robert, do you want to describe what the party all sees?
Does everything go quiet as we kind of stare at you?
Absolutely.
You're a silhouette in the doorway.
A foreboding figure.
So you see, like, they're got the hat kind of down, covering his eyes. About 5'10".
You really are in darkness, actually, on screen.
Oh yeah, it's great.
You know, about 5'10". You don't really see his face, but he seems like quite a large, just above average in like stature. But that's all you can kind of see as he walks in, and I guess walks towards the bar. Yeah, goes towards the bar as it orders whiskey. How much was the whiskey be?
In here, it's probably going to be about 3 copper.
Then I pay the 3 copper by the whiskey.
And Bardo, you do spot Robert, who
Yeah.
you do know.
Yeah, I kind of like go... That's such a bug whistle. And... Wait, Robert!
Um,
And then...
I love Bardo.
Pick up the drink and walk towards the table. Bardo?
Robert?
Sylvie?
Hello.
Yes, we
I thought we were going to do a
Oh,
thing.
sorry. Look.
Yeah.
These two fine, lovely women, they have some issues with furnaces.
Well, a friend of Luck's does.
As you see, as he's like closer, because the hat, you can actually see his face, you notice that he isn't actually big, it's just the layers of dirt he's wearing. He's actually quite a slim guy, like quite bony fingers, looking like
What time of year is it?
I'm going to say it's late summer,
late summer.
early autumn.
And
So
you can tell he wears this all year round.
Yeah.
Very like kind of slim, very average, like the type of face that would just disappear into a crowd. Boringly average looking guy.
This seems to be a running thing with characters that you play.
Yeah. Yeah. Bonus. Okay.
In a factory. It's been releasing bad fumes and making people go unconscious.
Why are you telling me about this, Bardo?
Because they've been commissioned by the Baron.
I'm in.
Lovely to have you on the team.
So you know stuff then?
Sure.
Alright.
He's being humble, he knows a lot.
I trust Bardo.
Alright. We should probably head off. We don't have that much.
yeah, at this stage you're like, oh, we should probably, it's getting like nearly at 5 and it's like a good 30-40 minutes away.
I will down my drink then.
So shot the whiskey. Put it down.
So you make your way to Winton's. Is there a little bit late? It's like 5:40 by the time you get there. And as you come up the steps to the front entrance, the same porter who was there this morning sees you like, oh, good afternoon, miss. You're back to meet the Baron, yes?
Yeah, sorry, we're a bit late. People were... Yeah.
No, of course, please. If you would go straight through and you'll be directed through.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So going in, you find yourself in this very, very grand looking foyer. Okay, like it's a good 3 meters wide. The ceiling is like 3.5, nearly 4 meters high. Beautiful wood floors with wood paneling on the walls. And there's a few large paintings of very important looking men wearing very fancy clothes. There is a small little desk to the left, and you see a very well-dressed man. He's wearing the same dark green uniform as the porter was. This is the uniform of Winton's, and he's got a ledger in front of him. He's got mid-30s, neatly trimmed mustache, and he sees you all come in, and he says, you are here for Baron Featherton, yes?
Yes.
Yes, of course. Michael, and a young lad, probably like 14 years of age, in a slightly slightly too large for him. Winton's uniform comes scurrying from around the corner. So, if you'd bring this lady and her party upstairs to the second conference room, please. And says, course up, comes this way, and lead you just a little bit further back. There's this fine grand staircase. And he's starts running up the stairs, looking behind him, make sure you're following. Get to the top, waits for you all. Oh, this way. And he's just muttering. And you go down another fine corridor. This time it's covered in rich, deep red carpet. More very fancy looking old paintings.
Is it really soft carpet?
Really, really, really.
Does it feel like I'm walking on moss?
You're like, oh my god, this is amazing. This is so lovely,
I'll I'm gonna lesser telepathy to you. The carpet's really soft. You should find a way to feel it.
And if we're all kind of working together, if I just have a moment, just slightly back with
of
Bardo,
course.
just kind of whisper,
While you're doing that, Sylvie's just kind of touching the floor.
who are these two?
Well, Sylvie's a friend of mine.
Right.
Sylvie's like,
The other one, not a clue.
Okay. Noted.
So, he leads you 3 doors down on the right and softly knocks on the door, and you hear a voice which you immediately recognize as the Baron's yes, yes! And he opens the door and here's and you come into a very, very fine looking room. It's got a very nice table. It's a 6-seater table. There's a couple of cabinets around the sides on which you've got fine crystalware glasses, decanters of Bradley's and the likes, and you see the Baron is sitting there, and beside him you see another gentleman who looks to be, he's younger than the Baron. He looks to be in his early 40s, average height, average build, with slightly thinning dark hair, grey suit with black waistcoat, and little brass rimmed spectacles.
Cute.
And he says, Michael, if you can get some tea for everybody, please. Yes, tea, yes?
Whiskey. Whiskey.
Tea, excellent. So, anyway, please, you brought friends. Wonderful, excellent. Please, look, so wonderful to see you. How are you doing, my dear?
Oh, I'm great. Yeah, I didn't really know how much I could help, so I asked Sylvie, and then she said that these people might be able to help, and then
I would just like to point out that when they said, "Oh, you're getting tea," I've gone up to help myself too.
Oh no, the lad is gone. He's
No,
left.
but you said that there was
There's decanters. Oh yeah, of course, yes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna help myself to a drink.
I think if I see you wander that way, I'll just kind of meander
Luck
over there
is
with you.
doesn't know what to do.
Just looking at what they got, I guess.
Sylvie's not really aware that this is weird or wrong or rude. She's just sat.
Please sit down.
I'll sit down.
Thank you.
Is it really comfy?
Oh, these are lovely, straight high-backed wooden chairs, but with really deep, soft cushions with that carpety kind of fabric that there's beyond them. You know the ones that would be in old houses and that. Yeah.
Sylvie's sunk in and her feet are dangling.
Yeah.
I'm again
Your feet are actually, because you're so tiny.
I'm again gonna lesser telepathy and be like, oh my god, I've never sat in anything this nice ever.
I'll lesser telepathy back. I know, I want one at home.
Right?
So, the Baron waits for you all to sit down. A moment later, the young lad comes back in, pushing a trolley with a teapot and fine china, and he starts putting it out and pouring tea for everybody. And he's like,
what sort of tea is it?
it's a Darjeeling.
Oh, nice.
She's like, sugar? And he's got the little cubes.
I just take a sugar cube and put it in my mouth.
The lad does not know what to do. He's worried that he's done something wrong and he's going to get fired,
And I reach for another one, I got 2 in my mouth. And I kind of stand behind Bardo's chair, I guess. I'm not going to sit down, but just kind of...
Okay, and he starts pouring the milk and he's... Michael, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
No,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And he's like, yes, Byrne. And he runs out. It's he's a lovely lad, a bit nervous and excited, but he's a good boy. So, and this is my friend Jonathan Becker. He owns the brass mills.
Pleasure. to Jonathan.
Pleasure. So he owns the brass mill that has the furnaces. And I suppose it would be easier, Jonathan, if you were to explain it all. I says, yes, Baron, it would. I recently acquired some new furnaces. They are enchanted magitech. It was in the hopes of saving money, of course. Essentially, I was told that they would be wonderful and they would work perfectly, efficiently well, and I would have no problems, and it would increase my outputs because it can reach higher temperatures and so forth. And once they were installed within a matter of days, we realized there was terrible problems with them. When my men would come close to them, they would find themselves becoming dizzy, becoming overcome with fumes. At first, I thought that they were just making up nonsense stories, trying to get out of doing work. But then when I approached them myself, my own constitution was overcome. I was bedridden for 2 days, to be honest with you. It was quite embarrassing, really, but nonetheless. And so I am in need of some aid.
All right. I'm not really sure what we can do for you, but we'll have a look.
Well, it is Magitech, and the Baron said that he knew you and that you're a gifted spellcaster. Yes?
Right, but I'm not a sorcerer or nothing.
I put my hand on Bardo's shoulder and was like, this is the man for you.
Thank you. Yeah, if you just let me have a look at the furnaces, I'll see what's wrong with them.
Wonderful. Excellent. Obviously, I am eager to get the matter dealt with as quickly as possible, so that I can get my factory back up and running. We are losing money each day that it is shut.
Your factory, you are nice to your workers, aren't you?
I pay them a fair wage, of course.
How much?
It's a comparable rate to what they would make in most other factories. It's,
All right, and you make sure that they're all you believe them when they say that they're ill, and you make sure that they're all checked out.
As I said, I investigated the furnace myself, and I too was overcome.
Yeah, all right. I just had to make sure, because, well,
The pay?
Oh, it will be, and he's looking at the Baron and the Baron looks at him like, come on. It's like, it will be 5 gold each. Not an insignificant sum of money.
what?
1 day's work?
For to solve the problem. I would hope it is each, yes, 5 gold each. So, a factory worker in London would be earning between maybe 7, 8 silver to 10 silver in a week, and 10 silver is 1 gold. So to put that into context, 5 golds, not insignificant sum of money. That you're talking a little over a month's wages for a factory worker each. So that's not bad.
I'm gonna lesser telepathy again. I thought we were doing this for free.
I'm gonna lesser telepathy back. Well, just bonus for you then, isn't it?
Carry on.
Wonderful.
More resources.
If you would, he gives you the address of the factory. It's in one of the industrial parts of the city. I don't know 19th century. I don't know 21st century London. I'm from Dublin, so I don't know 19th century London. But it's in one of the industrial parts of the city that Dickens probably wrote about. And I shall meet you there in the morning at 8 a.m. sharp. Yes.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Very well.
Wonderful. If you'll excuse me, Byrne, I have matters to attend. Yes, of course. And Mr. Becker gets up and he leaves without even looking at you all.
Oh.
I'm very...
Bye!
Thank you so much. Look, he's a he's a very matter-of-fact individual, I suppose you could say. He very, very successful industrialist. His Bashmos does very well, but yes.
I found this for you. And I pull out of my pocket a leaf that I think was really pretty, and it's red, even though it shouldn't be red yet because we're not in autumn yet. But it's really pretty, and I just found it on the floor, and I just handed it.
Oh, thank you, my dear. That's quite lovely. And you see, he takes it from you, and he's looking a bit strange, I don't know what the hell it is. But I'm going to say thanks because I was given a gift, and I'm being a nice man. So, have you had any more progress with your search for your family member?
No, I've not been able to hear nothing.
I'm very sorry.
I've been keeping an ear out, but I don't really know where to look.
I mean, London, it's one of the greatest cities in the world. You know, the seat of Her Majesty's great empire, but it is also... Yes, sir.
Do you still need us here?
Oh, I assumed you were just going to finish her tea and...
Oh, I don't drink tea, so... See you tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
And then
Evening.
I walk away. I just, leave the room.
Excuse his behaviour, he's a... interesting man.
Well, as long as he's able to help Mr. Becker with this strange problem, then hopefully we'll all be very happy afterwards.
I don't suppose you have any ways of finding out things that I wouldn't be able to.
I'm trying to. I've asked the people who work in my factories and in my bakeries if they... I mean, your sister has a very distinctive appearance, which even in a city with as many people as London would make things easier. I have been inquiring for you, my dear, but unfortunately, we've had no success so far.
All right. Thanks anyway.
Of course. So you finish your tea, and chatting in just like general small talk. Asks about you, Sylvie, and he asks about you, Bardo, as well. But then goes back to Sylvie because you're not basically telling him anything, and but is actually like listening to you when you talk about stuff. He's not just like, oh yes, that's very nice. Exactly. And your aunt, she's a blacksmith. Oh, that's unusual, a woman in that trade. That's quite impressive. And he's like, genuinely, like, this is a really nice old guy, like not super old. He said like mid-50s, but he's like, he's a nice guy. He's rich, but he's nice.
Yeah, Sylvie will very happily have chatted to him about her various daily comings and goings.
Mm-hmm. Right, so anyway, you eventually all leave.
It was lovely to meet you.
You too, my dear.
Bye.
See you.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. And so...
I mean, when you leave and go outside, Robert is still outside, but he's been chain smoking cigarettes, just kind of waiting.
I'm gonna...
Yeah.
If you've got a cigarette in your mouth, I'm gonna take it from you and...
It's about 4 cigarette butts on the floor because your conversation took much longer than Robert was expecting.
Why'd you leave?
Business was done.
But he's a lovely fella.
Sure. Business was done.
Bardo, how'd you know this one?
Work.
All
What do
right.
you work as?
Work. Business. Jobs. Same as Bardo.
And you know lots of things about things that are going on in people.
I know lots of things, yes.
So I don't suppose you might be able to help me.
Oh, that's a good idea.
With the sister you brought up.
Well, I didn't bring it up, but yeah.
I can try.
Are back. So,
Yeah, so she's like 6'5".
Bloody hell.
She's a descendant of a giant, so of a mountain giant.
How'd you lose her?
Gary Barlow's big son.
And right, and she's got so she's grey and she's got black eyes, and her skin or almost like veins. She's got it looks like opal. It's beautiful. It veins all the way up her. It's gorgeous. She's got really dark hair. I don't know if she would still have any vines in it.
Vines like what you've got.
Yeah. Do you have a problem with me? You said that none of them would look at me like that.
Well, I didn't know him. I never met him before.
All right.
So, a giant,
Well, she's not a giant.
6'5".
That's pretty giant to me.
Right, but she's not an actual giant.
It's like 2 Sylvies.
A very tall woman, grey skin, black hair,
Well, she's got some white in her hair as well.
grey eyes, opal veins.
That sounds very pretty.
She's beautiful.
Seen anyone around like that? I certainly haven't seen any 6'5" women about.
I would have remembered.
Me too.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Well, we can all keep an eye and an ear out.
Don't lose hope though. I'll have a look about.
Thanks.
So, you all eventually go back to your respective homes. I don't know if Luck and Sylvie go off or
Yeah,
some more.
I will have offered that you can stay with us tonight again if you want to, like, for ease in the morning.
Are you sure your auntie won't mind?
She'll be all right.
All right. I'll do that then.
So, you go back to Sylvie.
Pub.
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 No.
Pub.
You go back to Sylvie's and Aunt Trudy has a very nice meal prepped for you all. And,
Oh, thank you. Roger.
like,
Well,
lovely to see you again, my dear. How are you?
I'm great. I'm all right. Yeah.
I've just got a little something on your face, and she's like wiping some of the dirt off your face.
Thanks.
Luck's got us a job for tomorrow.
Job, that's wonderful.
We're helping a very nice Baron
Oh,
with
la-di-da.
some things going wrong in his factory, so he thought
Ooh.
that some people who know things about magic might be able to help.
Oh, did you tell him about your magic?
Well, you told him what I can do, right?
No.
Well, he'll see.
But be safe now. Be safe. Be careful.
You know I always am.
Mm-hmm. I
You-
know.
You wouldn't know nothing about any fumes that are knocking people out from a furnace.
Fumes. Like,
It's a
They're
magic
magic
furnace.
oh, no, I wouldn't know anything about that. Then
Yeah.
no, sorry.
He said
sorry.
it was going wrong almost immediately.
That's
Well, he did say that he was doing it to cut the costs.
Yeah.
Well, hope just be careful.
I'm always careful.
They're paying us 5 gold if we fix it
5 gold
for one day.
for one day. I'm in the wrong job.
I mean, I thought we were doing it for free, but
Don't do that for free in this world.
oh, but like a favour for a favour.
Depends who it's from.
You never just do something for the sake of it, just because it's nice.
In this neighbourhood, everybody does favours for favours, but with people they know. It's different.
Well, if I did that, then I would never have helped him, and we wouldn't have had this job in the first place.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't think there's ever something wrong with helping people.
Oh, you can always help people, but just don't let your goodness be taken advantage of, my dear. You're a sweet lass now. You're a good girl.
Everything Trudy says, Sylvie's just like, yes.
Trudy knows everything
Yeah.
very wise.
And then, yeah, I guess we'll have like a nice early night.
I'm going
Get
to turn into a
prepared.
ferret again.
Have I ever seen you do that before?
Oh, yeah, the first night that I stayed.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You,
of course.
Cuddled up to Sylvie in ferret form.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have made you like a little nest of pillows like next to where I sleep so you can like get cozy. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't.
Definitely, like, I start like a conversation like, they're dumb. They got us the job, and I appreciate that, but maybe us to go in earlier and just get it before they arrive, and they don't need to get paid. Because they
Well,
went to you
we're
for
all
help.
being paid the same thing.
Exactly, 100%. But if we do their work as well, why don't we get their pay? 10 gold each. They came to you because they don't know what the hell they're doing.
You don't know what the hell you're doing.
Well,
This one doesn't even know magic.
Just an idea.
No, I get it. But £5 is £5. I don't care who gets it or not, as long as I get some.
You're getting soft. Swear. But it's fine. It's fine. You hired me for the job, and I'll work with it. It's fine.
Well, I'll come in with you if you want.
Yeah, no, I'll be there at 7:30.
7:30.
I'll be there at 7:30.
What time is it now?
Oh, it's 1 in the morning. Well, one more drink.
I feel like we went to bed so early.
We went to bed like, yeah.
You're doing about like 8:30 now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm waking up with the sun.
Yeah.
I always wake up with the sun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because remember, your wild shape, your bee shape only lasts 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess we talk a little bit longer. Not really about anything. Like literally
No.
talking about nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Very mundane,
Very literally like meh.
uninteresting talk.
Like neither of us want to have this conversation,
No.
but it's like we're both at the pub and it's like, well, we both have a job tomorrow,
Yeah.
so I'll just make sure you're there and you don't try and cut me out.
The mana that I spent to
Because you're spending it at night and then you go to sleep, it is
resets in the...
Yeah.
Cool. I thought so.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd check.
Yeah, no. Very, very important question. But yeah, because you're doing it just before you go to sleep and
Yeah.
then you're getting a long rest, your mana resets.
Cool.
You regain all spent mana.
Nice.
So, next morning, you two wake up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, having had a lovely, wonderful night's sleep. You go downstairs, and Trudy is making a lovely breakfast.
Do you want any help?
No, you make the tea.
Thank you.
And I'll like go into my bag where I've like stored all of my nice leaves and stuff, and I'll make us a nice like cup of my tea that I've gathered.
Aw. Oh, that smells lovely.
It's great. I found it in a forest.
All right. What is it?
Nettles.
Oh. All right.
You make a lovely nettle tea.
Nice.
I wake up in like pain.
Where did you spend the night?
I think just outside in the gutter.
Okay.
What is wrong?
I really enjoy the
It does,
day.
100%, but it was just kind of like, I want to wake up and have a drink straight away so it doesn't hurt as much. So, like, there's an alleyway right next to it, I guess. Just like, so I just kind of... And then, just wake up in the morning if you...
Yeah, I probably went back to my own bed.
100%.
I come back the next morning and you're still... I'll give you a cane. No, I'll give you a prop with my cane.
Like, pull the gun out and put the gun back away. What time is it?
Now, that was dramatic.
What time is it? What time is it?
It's 8:30.
6.
6. I could have slept for like another half an hour. It's fine.
So the pub actually is an early house, meaning that it was a pub that opened early in the morning so that it could serve the dock workers, because the dock workers would have... The first dock shift was like before sunrise, you know? So they would do their shift, and then at like 7, 8 o'clock, they've done a full shift or half a shift work, so they go and get a pint. So it is just opening for that.
So I just kind of stumble in and go to the bar and... whiskey.
I'm going to say that you probably spent about maybe 2 silver last night.
Very happy. Yeah, 100%. I was going to ask.
Yeah.
I would have had a couple ales.
Yeah, so that would have been like another like 6, 7 copper, probably, like, yeah.
Cool. And then I...
Bardo doesn't get them for free in this place.
I support my local business. Steal from the rich.
Yes.
So I get a whiskey. I down the whiskey, and then I guess I just kind of... With the sun, like, trying to cover the sun as much as I can with the hat. Just kind of, like, try and walk in a straight line to the where we're going.
So you head in the direction of the factory. You are given the address of the brass mills. It's in one of the industrial areas close to the river, okay?
Yeah.
And when you guys get there at about 7:30, okay? It is open, and you don't see Mr. Becker, but you do see a couple of men in doing random work. The furnaces are... This is the thing. The furnaces are burning. They are lit, Nobody is going near them. You can see, it's obvious. The workers are all staying a good 4 or 5 meters from these furnaces. No one is going near them. They're doing work on other stuff, packing up crates of some components or brassworks that had been made. They are doing some work. It's like it's that thing of we need to find work to do because we can't do the actual work. So there's 3 guys there that you spot.
I feel like we arrive at 2:45 because we were
yeah.
late last time, so make sure that we're on time.
So you guys have gotten
15
there.
minutes.
and
Yeah,
you've
15 minutes.
Yeah. So when you get in, the 3 guys stop and they look at you and they're like, "All right, can we help you?"
We're here to fix the furnaces.
Oh, right. Good luck with that.
Why?
Because if you go in there, you're gonna die.
All right. And I just kind of start walking towards it, I guess. But not close enough, but just kind of so I can actually have a sort of look at it from a distance. Robert's dead.
Okay, Robert is dead.
Brilliant.
Robert takes 1,500.
Ooh, I just don't have enough.
So, this is a very serious question. I need you to tell me how close are you getting to the furnace?
I think I kind of
Robert's the show off. He definitely goes closer than he should.
he's the show off, but he's not an idiot. He's not an idiot in that sense. It's very much a situation where he starts at a distance and he slowly gets a little bit closer, and then once he reaches a distance when he feels a bit of, then he takes the step back, I guess. So just on the border. So he definitely start close enough to go start a cough.
So when you get within 2 meters, you feel a burning sensation in your lungs. Can you please give me a fortitude roll?
Of course I can. Oh, I'm good with that.
You have a fortitude of 2. I don't think you have the resistance.
Pretty good. I've got hardiness.
No, this is resistance. This is a poison.
That is a total of 7.
Okay.
Robert's dead.
Robert dies.
Wow, it's good being here, guys.
You take 9 points of poison damage as you feel this burning sensation fill your lungs.
Oh, brilliant. And then I take a
You
step.
stumble back
Yeah,
and you're like, told you.
Okay, cool.
Right. And that is a noticeable crap. Give me an awareness roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can add keen eyes to this because you do have a very good awareness being a gunslinger.
So what's my keen?
Oh, you don't have keen eyes, but you do have an awareness of 4, so that's good.
That's fine. Just be good, please. That's a total of 8.
Unfortunately, no. So Bardo, you do see this as he's getting closer. When he gets to about 2 meters from it, he suddenly and he stumbles back and he's coughing quite profusely. Is
Yeah.
are you okay? Have you got consumption?
I'll go up to him, give him slap his. Come on, cough it up.
Can I start using something to mark off
There's plenty of there is some soot,
Yeah, so I just kind of grab some soot and just
dust, and dirt.
just kind of start making a line of don't go past this point. This is the danger zone.
Yeah.
And then after that, should we just go back outside?
No.
I've done all I can. I should start lighting a cigarette.
The 3 men are chuckling as they're watching this.
Yeah.
You know?
I light a cigarette
We're in a factory.
Yeah, you are. Large factory.
Yeah. So will there be face masks?
The 19th century.
absolutely not.
It's 1872.
All right.
They
Okay.
care about
They-
poor people getting poisoned.
I'm gonna
Victorian face masks was the firemen.
Hold a piece of cloth over your
No,
face.
firemen used to they grew extra long beards and they would wrap their beards over their mouths and then bind it with a piece of cloth when they went into a burning building, and that was how they protected themselves from smoke. This is
That's sick.
And with
Yeah.
Robert with this, it definitely didn't help.
Yeah. I'm going to do the same thing that Robert just did, but with my waistcoat covering my face, and I'm walking slower.
No, don't do it.
okay. When you get to within 2 meters, you also feel this burning sensation. So I need a fortitude roll.
You got good. No, you don't.
No.
We suck, dude. We suck.
That's a 5 altogether.
Okay, even with the tiny little bit extra it's giving you for the whole covering your face thing, no. You take 11 points of poison damage.
Wow.
Wow. I think
Nice job, guys.
I grab you and just kind of pull you back.
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell.
Pass over the cigarette.
Thank you.
Yeah. Fresh air. I pull out another cigarette for myself.
Do you want to go and light it with the furnace?
Oh yeah. Oh, you know.
How we find you when we arrive.
You guys
Like,
arrive in
Just
15
over
minutes. So you guys are getting here 15 minutes early, and you find both Bardo and Robert coughing, and you do see a line of in the dirt on the factory floor about 2 meters from the furnaces. It's like 5 furnaces in a row, okay? I don't know if this is how they actually made them in factories. It doesn't matter, okay?
How Magitech ones are.
Absolutely.
When I see the guys, I immediately let go of Bardo and I kind of like stand up straight. Like there have been tears.
Oh yeah.
But it's just immediately just like, you're early.
Does spiritual healer do any healing, or is it just to help with first aid?
It's to help with first aid.
Okay.
I will also say that your magic item, the Spine of the Grove, makes you immune to poisons and venoms.
Fuck yeah. Come on, guys.
Yes.
Thank you for my reminder, because I forgot that.
Oh, well, you didn't just like go up to him,
No,
did you?
no.
Well, I covered my face.
Yeah, and I marked the line. Don't pass that line.
All right.
Love, don't do what those 2 idiots did.
How much do you get paid? Cross the line. It's fine.
No, I'm not doing that. Hasn't anyone tried like having the furnaces off to investigate?
We can't turn them off, love, because of the magic.
Right.
And it's... Do we know that it's poison?
All you knew was that they were overcome by fumes. That was how it was described. So you don't know, like, technically what the hell that means. Sometimes factories have fumes because they are using some noxious chemicals. The fact that this is Magitech means there shouldn't be any sort of chemicals or smoke or soot, because you would get from burning fuel. So it's like, this is...
But can I, like, look over them, see if there's anything that, like, implies that it's poison, instead of just, like, I don't know, it was smoky and they coughed.
Give me an intellect roll. You have an intellect of 3. You're, like, smart. Pretty smart, like.
Do I have any bonuses for, like, being good at first aid?
I'm factoring in your herbalism and first aid into
Okay.
the target number here.
Ooh, 22!
Okay, yeah, no, you're like, oh yeah, they definitely, like, inhaled poisonous, noxious fumes here. You can tell from the reddening of the eyes, and there's, like, reddening around the nostrils. You're like, yeah, no, that definitely, they inhaled some sort of a poisonous fume.
Would I be able to tell what kind of poison?
No, like, you'd have no idea here with that, you know.
So you guys were poisoned?
You think?
Well, it could have been something else. I'll go have a look though.
Are you gonna
And
be
I'll just
alright?
walk
Yeah,
over.
Yeah, you,
Oh yeah, no, I've got this. I'm all good. Don't worry about it.
Alright.
you go over to the furnaces.
Yeah.
Give me an awareness roll.
Awareness. 1.
It's better than that.
7.
We are rolling poorly today, guys.
We are not doing well, guys.
You see movement in the furnace. That's not flames. There is something inside it.
There's something in there.
Like what?
I don't know. I can't see, but there's moving.
Something moving?
There's definitely something moving in the furnace. Now, I will allow you, give me an intellect roll, and you can add your +2 for failure as well.
Ooh. So I'm adding
Plus
5.
Yeah.
24.
Damn.
You're...
See, I'm rolling when it's
yeah,
important.
so that's it. So you're like, shit, I think they're fire salamanders.
What do I know about them?
So what you know about fire salamanders, they're these small...
I also have my Fey
Yeah,
lore.
they're small newt-like creatures, okay? They've got slick skin and brilliant orange, red, and yellow colouring. They're found in a wide range of regions, but they are still very rare. Now, in Europe, they're mostly found in southern countries along the Mediterranean, so they would be much rarer in the northern parts of Europe, like Britain, or like going into the Nordic countries. It'd be very, very rare to have them here. There's loads of stories associated with them. It's believed that some of the more fiery fae, like fire giants, might keep them as pets. associated with fire by alchemists and arcane scholars for centuries. But unlike other elemental creatures, the fire salamander, it's weird, it doesn't naturally produce its own fire or heat, but actually gains nourishment from flames.
Right.
Okay, but the thing about them that makes them so dangerous is they are highly poisonous, okay? And they have a slick poisonous liquid that coats their skin. So if you touch them, you would become poisoned. And their breath is incredibly poisonous as well. This has led some scholars to mistakenly think that fire salamanders are some sort of a young, like, baby dragon, but that's not actually correct at all.
Would my staff protect me from, like, holding them as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, reach in.
Are they a type of, like, animal?
They are a type of magic animal. They are a type of magical fey creature.
So if I cast Speak with Animals...
It would work.
Okay. I'm going to go up.
And you've not told us any of what you've deduced.
Wow.
We just see you approaching this
Oh,
furnace.
she's dead.
Well, what you do see is she walks right up to the furnace and she's fine.
Oh.
Like, you didn't even as soon as you got within 2 meters, you guys were, like, coughing your lungs out. Luck is right up, staring in through the little, like, opening in the door of the furnace.
Would I know if they're going to be really hot to touch?
They're
going to be burnt.
They are literally in a fire.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So I'm just going to turn to these guys and go, is that how far you got? How long did you stay up there?
No, we got close.
That just
We got-
fixes
yeah.
things. That doesn't create
We
anything.
got right
Okay.
up to there, and then we saw the fire and went, that's fire, and we came right back.
So I'm going to cast Speak with Animals.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to, mark off mana that I'm spending.
Mm-hmm. It's at this moment you hear a voice is like, be careful now. You don't want to. And you don't want to see it's Mr. Becker who's finally arrived. He was late.
Oh, she's all right.
You're late. We were here at 7:30, like you said.
Be careful, my dear.
Oh, I'm all right. Don't worry about it. Can I hear anything that the salamanders are saying?
Oh, sorry. Well, so you've cast Speak with Animals, yes?
Yeah.
Are you asking them anything?
I was just going to see if they were saying anything first, and if they're not, then I'll...
They're like, toasty, toasty, warm. Toasty, toasty.
Hello?
Who's that?
My name's Luck.
Is she talking to the fire?
She said there was something in it moving around.
I know that you like it in here, and it's nice and warm for you, but... you're kind of hurting other people, and I was wondering if there's anywhere else that I could take you, so that we can find a place to keep you warm, but you're hurting a lot of people being in here.
It's toasty warm. You see, he made this for us as our home.
Who?
Him.
Who's him? Alright, so there's no way that I can convince you to leave?
How much of this conversation can we
You're
hear?
hearing
hear Luck.
what Luck is saying, but not obviously the response. So you're hearing everything that Luck is saying.
I guess I turn to, like, Mr. Jonathan Beck and like, are you him?
What?
Are you him? They're talking about
Who?
him.
I don't know.
They're talking about him.
I don't know.
Who made the furnaces?
Yeah.
I'm not an artificer.
Well, who did you hire?
Who's him?
Oh, it was an intermediary. It wasn't directly through an artificer. It was through an intermediaries.
Who is...
It'll help us figure out what's wrong.
What's in? Are you talking to something in there, my dear?
Yeah, there's some fire salamanders in here. They're real cute.
Oh, well,
I wouldn't come too close.
I won't. Maybe tell them that we could find somewhere else nice and warm to
I
move
already
them.
have, but they've said that he made it for them. Well, I was wondering, do we have any way of, like, containing a fire that we can put them in to be able to carry them? Because, like, none of you can touch them.
The odds of me having something in my bag is so low.
One of the men's like, you want, like, a fire, and you got to put things inside the fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
thought that was a salamander, and I got really confused for a second.
And they see like the three workmen, they're like talking to each other, and they're like, so one of them goes off, and he comes back a minute later, and he's pushing a wheelbarrow of coal.
Nice.
And then another one comes back a minute later, and he's got this it's a strange, like, large, like, really, like, this is heavy. It's like him and another guy carrying it. It's a big metal, I don't know, like, it's like a giant bucket, but bucket's the wrong word. Basically, it's it's what the ore is stored in as it's then melted and then tipped into the molds for the brass mills.
Right.
And it's like, what about this look?
Does it look big enough?
It's quite big. It's like nearly the size of a coffee table. It's
Well,
quite heavy now. It's bloody heavy.
Oh, well, that's all right. I can find a way around that.
If
The
we get
idea
it,
that I just had.
if we get it near
I
enough,
think I might have had the same idea. Oh, God.
Druid shit.
oh god. Can we get them to go in there?
Well, we need to find a place to take them first. We need somewhere hot.
Well, they can't go in Trudy's forge. They'd poison her.
Well, exactly. Is there nowhere else that we know? Is there no, like, underground something or?
I'm just gonna look at Bardo because I feel like this is something you would know.
I've just got a knowing smirk on my face.
Bardo, what is it? Do you know somewhere?
I know lots of places.
Somewhere that we could keep poisonous fire salamanders where they wouldn't hurt nobody. But they'd be happy.
Yeah.
Do I believe you?
I don't know. Do you?
Are you telling the truth?
I actually have no idea.
Roll
Probably
perception.
not.
Roll intellect.
Intellect. Okay.
Me or them?
No, Bardo.
Oh,
That's a 6.
I think we're just con artists.
You are
Yeah.
talking complete shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm lying. But
Do I know
do
that?
you know?
Give me an awareness roll.
Oh, that was cool. Fuck me. What's my awareness? 1. 10.
You're pretty sure they're talking shit.
can I roll to see if in trying to think about what Bardo might be referring to, I actually think of a place?
Yeah, please, intellect roll.
12.
You're not sure.
Okay.
Like, there are a couple of places that are. You do think of, so there's a. It's a barracks. It's not in the part of the city you're in, but it's not that far. And you heard that they're experimenting with a new type of heating system where they have these like furnaces in the cellar that pipe hot air in through the rooms.
Wouldn't that poison people though?
No.
Like if we put salamanders in it?
Because they're
Yeah,
just,
but
the heat goes through the pipes, but the
Right,
salamanders stay in.
but if their breath is also poisonous.
Just don't go in the cellar.
Within a 2 meter radius.
Yeah.
It's not like it's going to up through the tube.
Which we both know with
Yeah.
our Fey lore.
Yeah. No, with your failure, you do know that. Yeah. So you're like,
Oh, you mean the new heating system? You're so smart.
Yes. That is what I mean.
I genuinely thought you meant we're just going to dump them in the river.
Well, no, that would be mean.
Did I hear that?
Yeah, can I?
give me an awareness roll.
Yes, I did. 20.
Yes, you
Yeah,
definitely
like
heard that.
12.
We're not killing them.
Okay, I just
They're
thought,
very rare.
Okay, I just thought Bardo was going to get rid of them. That's I
No,
No,
Bardo was talking about the barracks, obviously.
100%. I know that now.
I can't
Sorry.
believe that your first thought was to kill these creatures.
Why, they're poisonous. They're dangerous. They hurt people here.
I'm sure you've hurt people.
100%. Sure you have too.
Absolutely not.
Okay then. I'll just have to take your word for it, won't I?
Alright, well, tell them that there's somewhere else that they'll be nice and toasty warm and they can stay there forever and they won't be hurting nobody.
So, look, should we light the coals?
Wait. Because we have to make sure that they're going to take them.
Just do
I
it.
mean,
Just do it.
they're not going to hurt nobody.
What's the guy's name? Is he still there? Mr. Becker.
Mr. Becker?
Mr. Becker, sir, do you think that we'd be able to do it?
Do,
So
sorry,
they're-
I have no idea what's going on here now.
So
Sorry,
there's
Mr.
some
Becker.
fire salamanders in here, and we need to get them away because they're what's poisonous. But we're obviously not going to just kill them.
And Bardo was very, very clever and remembered that there's barracks nearby where they're doing all sorts of wonderful things with heating. And I think what it is they pipe the heat through pipes so it heats the building, but that means that the fire is down in the basement where nobody needs to go near it.
Which means that everybody's far enough away so that nobody's going to get poisoned by it.
How are we going to carry them?
In
In that.
Okay. Who?
Well, I'm sure if we all band together,
I'll
we'll
do
be
it.
strong
We're not gonna
enough.
get close. We're not gonna get close enough.
I can do it.
Okay, do it then. Instead of talking about it, do it.
So, look, are we lighting the coals?
Yes.
Well, let me speak
Yes.
to them first.
No. Yes.
Oh, so they start shoveling
Like,
the
get it
coals
nice and hot.
into the, I don't know what the word is, ore carrier.
Has it been over a minute since I cast the spell?
At this stage it has, you'd need to
Yeah.
recast
I'll
it.
recast it again.
Between all these conversations, it's most certainly been a minute.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So I'll cast it again.
Can we quickly have a conversation? What are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, have a cigarette. That was all I wanted to say.
I just go and I have a cigarette and I just kind of
These two.
Miss, salamanders, sir, miss, whatever you... Anyway, we've got a plan for you.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a place that we can take you, and it's going to be nice and warm for you. We've got a way of taking you there, and it means that nobody's going to hurt you, and that you're not going to hurt anybody else. Are you willing to come with us? Great. Okay. They said yes.
All right. Are you sure you're going to be all right carrying that?
I am still me when I turn into an animal, right?
What do you mean?
Like, I still know all of my things.
You gain the physical ability scores of the creature, but you keep all other, like, mental ability scores, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How far away is it?
Oh, it'll be a good hour's walk.
Oh, it's a long walk, maybe an hour
At least an hour,
at
yeah.
least, might be more.
And you sure that we can keep it hot enough for the whole time?
I mean, it's a big-ass thing. They're gonna throw a lot of coal in.
What's the strongest animal that I can think of? I keep thinking of a bear.
That would be the strongest animal you
How
could think
the
of.
hell are you walking through London as a bear? How in the hell are you doing that?
You guys are going to protect me, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure we'll think of something.
I don't know if I could talk my way
You'll help, won't you?
talk my way out from a bear.
What exactly is the plan now?
Oh, well, I can turn myself into a bear.
A bear?
Well, yeah, they're strong, aren't they?
Yes, you can turn into a bear?
Yeah, but you're going to have to make sure that people don't try and shoot me.
Why
Because
don't-
they'll listen to you. You're like...
Of course they'll listen to me. Of
Well,
course.
exactly.
Yes.
Why don't you be something normal like a horse? They're strong.
Oh, we could
Are they stronger than a bear?
have you pull it like a carriage.
Oh, you're going to get the creatures to go into this?
Yeah.
Oh, lads. Yes, sir. Get a trolley and put it on the trolley. And fellas, get some rope.
What's stronger, a bear or a horse? Still a bear.
Yes, but a horse.
A draft horse would be extremely strong. They're literally bred to...
All right,
A horse
fine.
doesn't look out of place.
Fine, I'll be a horse. But they're nowhere near as fun.
I'm sure you can turn
no.
into a bear later just for fun if you want to.
I would like to see that.
Maybe
Me
I'll
too.
sleep as a bear tonight.
That would be nice.
Oh, that would be nice. I hope nobody shoots me in my sleep. Anyway, I'll once they've filled the thing, I'll take it over and.
So, what do you say to the creatures?
Oh, can you get into here for me so that we can take you?
How big is the, like...
It's like the size of a coffee table. If you.
So 2 meters would still spread out amongst and do
Oh
damage to
god!
people
Yeah.
around.
So you would need to have a protective circle around.
Is there no way that I can contain it?
No.
I didn't think so.
I mean,
We'll just poison the streets, that's
how
fine.
far out does the poison
People in London don't
go?
need to breathe.
Well, I was trying to work out, is there
One
anything that I know that can fly that's big enough
Flying horse.
to carry it?
Sure, why not flying horse?
Something
We've got flies
can
outlanders.
fly and carry it.
Yeah.
Hawk, perhaps. It
Like a
could.
giant... No, but I was thinking, like,
I
if
don't
I'm a
think any
giant
bird would
bird...
be strong enough to carry a
And it's in a
large
bucket.
of fire. Wait, let me just...
Would I know about any
myself.
giant
An
creatures
An
that are strong enough?
albatross.
you can only change into natural creatures.
Wait, what did you say?
I can only turn into natural creatures.
Yeah, what did you say?
Pegasus.
Well, I was just asking if there are any, like, giant birds.
Yeah, rocks, but you can't change into a rock.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
And also, you probably wouldn't know of a rock because they come from Arabic folklore. So,
Yeah.
as a European, you probably would have never heard of them.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Sylvie's spells,
Yeah.
and you do have spells in the sphere of air, but nothing that would really.
Literally. She doesn't have anything.
No, you've got great
Fiery.
spells, but nothing that would
It's not the
specifically contain an airborne
Yeah.
poison.
All right. Well, maybe you all go ahead. Or
Well,
like someone goes and clears the streets.
Yes. Yes.
I'll get my men to come as well. We'll form a perimeter, and if any constabulary stop us, I will of course talk to them.
And they'll get paid extra for the work, right?
So anyway,
Well, no, that's an excellent point because it is dangerous.
they are being employed for working right now. They're working.
But this is not part of their job, is it?
Their job is to work for me.
Okay.
And if they want to keep working for me, then they will do what they're told.
I'll take the lead,
I'll,
All right.
and I'm just kind of
So,
like
Look,
directing people.
you go back to the furnace.
Yeah.
What do you say?
What I said before.
Okay, give me a charm roll.
My charm is
2,
shit.
and you have animal kinship.
Okay.
So that's a +3.
So it's +5, or is it +3 in total?
+3 total.
Right.
I'll be really generous, and you can add your failure as well to make it +5.
Still shit, but it's a 9.
I'm just gonna take this little thing off, which you've seen me wear the whole time, and I'm just gonna like pin it
Are you
on
going to call me over?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You're not going to walk
I'm
into
gonna-
the poison.
Look, come here.
All right, and I'll come over.
I'm just gonna pin this on you.
Okay.
What's that?
That's my amulet of fortune. Try again. Just try again. It might work.
All right.
So you can.
Makes you luckier.
You are able, with an amulet of fortune twice per day, you can reroll an ability check, and you get to add Sylvie's resolve a number of times
Which
per day.
is 5.
Sorry. Yeah.
Whoa. Well,
What'd you get this time?
7
Yeah, but plus 5.
Okay.
plus 5.
Plus 5
13.
is 12. Plus another 5
Ah, 17. That's
is
actually
17.
There you go.
So what you see happening now is these little fingers and toes and that coming up from the opening in the furnace door as 10, 2 from each furnace, of these small, brilliant yellow and orange and red newt-like creatures come crawling down the side, and then following look, everybody immediately jumps back because like crap, okay? And they crawl over to they've now set up the furnace thingy on a trolley, and they've got rope and stuff, and they crawl into that, and they just like snuggle into the fire, like nice.
Aren't they beautiful?
They're so lovely.
Frozen. They're kind of gross to look at.
That's
Well,
what they
go on
think
then.
about you.
And I'll be shape into a horse.
Be shaped into a horse, and the men are like, they're really shocked by this.
So we just like pets your mane.
Yeah, I was like, my that is truly incredible.
There's still vines like plaited through the horse's mane.
Of course there is. Yes. Okay. Mitchell. Tether the horse to the, and one of the men comes over and he gets some rope that they had and he kind of ties it around your neck so that you can pull this thing. And he says, "Right, I shall lead the way." And Mr. Becker goes up to the front, and you all slowly start. And these other 3 men are also in a circle around. Slowly start walking down the street. People immediately are like, "What is like?" It's a draft horse dragging a big metal box on fire through the street.
Sylvie's just gonna be like, everyone stand back.
Yeah.
Stand back.
Back.
Oh, I was going to be in lead.
He's about 15 minutes along, and I see a constable sees you, and he comes up, and he's like, what's going on? He's like, "Oh, constable, we are transporting some dangerous fake creatures to the barracks. They are going to be put there so that they can be used to actually act as a form of heat for the barracks for the soldiers, saving money for Her Majesty's army." I was like, and he's like, "Yes, sir, very good, sir." Okay.
All right, stay back, everyone.
So you spend the next hour or so, because it's nothing big. Finally get to the front of the barracks, and there's 2 soldiers on guard outside, and Mr. Becker's like, "Corporal, can you please get one of your superior officers?" And they're like looking at, what the hell is this? And they're like, "Oh, yes, sir," and runs inside, and A minute later, a very, very officious-looking officer comes out, and he's like, "What's going on here?" He's like, sir, my name is Mr. Becker, Jonathan Becker. I am an industrialist. I am a brass mills owner, and I have these creatures that have somehow ended up in my possession. They are enchanted fey creatures, fire salamanders, if you will. We heard that you have a new and intriguing heating system. He's like, yes, wonderful. We have the furnaces, and the boys are totally on. Wonderful. Well, we were going to donate these to you. You see, if you put them into the furnace, they will provide a heat source for you, and you will not need to spend money on fuels. That's wonderful! Wonderful! Now, the only thing, sir, is that they do give off a rather noxious breath, so you would not be able to go close unless you have some sort of apparatus that you could use to protect you from these poisons. You're like, okay, something. Very good. Let's get here. Wonderful. Okay, Smith, show this gentleman to the barracks. And he's like, yes, sir. And one of the other guardsmen, he like starts leading you through the barracks to a large building that's clearly for the dormitories of some sort, and leads you around the side, where you do see there's a door in the ground, pulling it open, stairs that leads down. He's like, how are we going to get that down,
Maybe now's the time you turn into a bear.
Alright.
So you change back into luck,
Yeah.
because you can't cast spells in your animal form, and you change into a European brown bear.
Yeah.
And everybody jumps back, and the soldier's like, with his gun.
No, it's alright.
I'm gonna go pick up the thing.
So you go with your massive paws to try and like shimmy it down, and it's like slowly, and you do take 6 points of fire damage because
That's okay.
it is roasting hot, but you manage to get it down into the cellars, and you do see there's a very large furnace in a corner, and you can see there are pipes attached to it that go
54? That's
So you've
stupid.
got way
that
more
go
grit than
up
that.
into like up into the ground floor, and putting it down, you are able to then revert back into your human form and cast Speak with Animals again.
Yeah. Here you go.
And the fire salamanders crawl the way up and out and scurry over to the furnace, and you go over checking them. They're like,
I hope you like it.
thanks. And
Bye.
Bye! Sylvia's shouting from a very safe distance.
you say you're going back up, Mr. Bear's like, so it's done?
Yeah, they're nice and cozy now.
Well,
That was really impressive.
Oh,
he reaches in and takes out a coin purse, and he starts counting out, and he's like, there you go, and he...
Five gold.
Yeah, and each of you get 5 gold that you can add to your... this is really... Oh, thank you very much.
I'm gonna pull one of the little like leaves off of my staff, and I'm gonna hand it to him.
And I'm going to approach the 3 men I shouted at earlier for being mean to me. And then I'm going to give each of them a silver coin and just go like, quite frankly, you pissed me off earlier. But honest work means honest pay. And us, people, humans, guys, got to stick together.
Right.
Even you, chap.
Don't.
And one of them goes
Sorry.
like, just so you know, like, those furnaces, right? He bought them off these 5 really sketchy looking fellas, okay? I know he's saying it was an artificer, but it wasn't.
We could, like, come on, yeah.
Just like, I don't know who they were, like,
Do you have any distinguishable things about them?
I mean, I didn't get a good look, but like,
a lot, but maybe
yeah.
just anything, and I just like got another silver coin, like maybe just literally anything.
I mean, one thing I will say is that they were all, or nearly all of them were Fey touched.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
No, of course, that makes sense. Makes sense.
One of them looked like they actually, a bit like your one there with the vines in the hair.
In the hair.
They didn't have vines in the hair, but their skin almost looked like it was made of wood. And the other one was really short like that one, but I think they were more of a goblin.
More of a goblin.
And then the other one's, he was a pretty fella. He must have had some elf blood in him or something, but yeah.
Okay.
And there was I think there was two others, but they're the ones that I remember.
Oh yeah, of course. No, of course. And I put my hand out to like.
There was one that was really tall.
I put my
There
hand
was one that
out.
was actually super tall.
Super tall.
Can I hear this?
If you're close to,
Yes.
yeah, then yeah.
So, as in,
I'm really sad that I definitely don't hear this
No,
because we're
you
just
are
having a
over it.
wonderful
Yeah, I'm
time
just
talking
like-
about the
so
salamanders.
I put. Do they have like dark hair with like some white in it, or you just saw their silhouettes and stuff?
They were big.
They were.
They were big.
About 6'5",
6'5".
5'6",
Yeah,
6'6".
probably about that. Yeah, yeah.
About their veins.
Yeah, but you just kind of saw their outline. They just saw
They
their
were big.
outline. They were big, and they just saw their outline. I'm pretty sure.
Some big guy.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's
guy.
you know what.
Well, it must have been that size.
I'm a sexist.
They can
No,
be.
that's okay. No, honestly, you did. Honestly, I was just giving you extra money to apologise.
No,
for
no.
before.
Oh, a bit of fun.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But I appreciate everything you just told me.
Yeah, of course. So, well, Sister Beck, so we're going to wait for that fire to go out before we pull that out. I was like, of course, lads, okay. I thank you very much for that help. I'm going to go talk to the commanding.
Well, they can't go down to pull it out. They'll get poisoned.
Will stay that the box
Was it big enough for me to leave it
It's a
in?
big
Okay.
cellar. It was far enough
Cool,
away
cool,
that
cool,
they could, yeah. Like a good 3-4 meters from the furnace, okay?
Nice.
Yeah.
In my head, it was like a really small space, and I
No,
was
no,
like, no.
No, it was a big cellar, probably used for storage, and now they fitted this furnace into it.
All right.
So yeah. Yeah.
Slay.
So yeah, having completed your first task, Mr. Becker has left you all, and the corporal is just standing there like, okay, so
Thanks for not shooting me.
you're a bear.
Yeah. I can do other things too. I can be any creature you want. Well, any actual one. Not like mythical or nothing. I was a horse before.
She was.
You can be a fish.
Well, I could, but there's no water around and I think I might die.
Yeah.
Do you like fish?
Hmm?
I think they're quite tasty too.
I prefer jelly deer.
Right, we should
Oh, you don't eat them?
we can leave actually.
Eel? Of course you do.
We
jelly
don't need
deer.
to talk to this guy actually. I think we can just go.
Well, thank you very much.
You may
Okay.
live.
Bye.
Let us know if anything goes wrong and I'll come
Yeah,
back
so
and I'll...
Okay.
Yeah.
How would we?
And
Find
we
you.
should talk.
We should have a cigarette.
Well, I don't want
We
to
should have
keep giving
cigarette.
out your
We should have
address.
talk.
Well, through Mr. Becker.
Yeah, Mr.
Right.
Becker knows my friend and then...
Oh, okay. Right. Mm-hmm.
They should stay where they are. They're not likely to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Good day, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
And he leads you back to the front gate and then takes his position at watch.
That was fun.
Were there any nice looking pebbles on the floor?
Sure.
Yay, I'm going to pick one of them up.
Of course there were.
I'll pass one to you as well.
Oh, thanks. I'll put it in my purse.
Do you give Sylvie back her amulet of fortune?
Oh, shit, yeah.
You can keep it on if you'd like. You did a good job with it. I've got lots of ones like that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's alright. Maybe you'll need it. Maybe it'll help you find your sister.
I'll give it back before I leave, though.
Alright.
Well, speaking of your sister. No?
What?
No?
Do you know something?
You want to keep it a secret?
No, it might not be. So,
But it's a lead, is it not?
I guess. I just saw it as an opportunity for more money, but I guess
Well,
it's a
what is it that we're talking about?
Well, the people who sold the furnaces, they weren't who that guy said they were. There was a number of silhouettes, and one of them.
You mean he lied to us?
Of course he lied to us. Of course he lied. Of course he lied to us. Of course he lied to you. Of course he lied to us. He lied to you because you're naive. He lied to us because we're poor. Poor.
Well, what
Right.
What did he say? What
Well,
silhouettes did
I was
he
talking
see?
to the three guys, the helpful guys who don't get paid a fair enough salary for a fair day's work,
No, I agree.
and I gave them a bit of extra money because fair day's work, fair day's pay, and they you know, turns out it does take a lot to get people talking, as we know. And
What did they say?
they said that there was 5 people who sold the furnace who were all Fey touched. Do you guys know anything about that?
We don't all know each other. It's not. That's very rude, actually.
I'm not Fey touched.
Oh, well, you might know one of them because one of them.
Your sister.
Come on.
That's still very rude. We don't all know each other.
Yeah,
Well,
but in this case,
well,
in this case.
You
Tell us
can't
who they
guarantee
were.
that it was that.
No.
She wouldn't have done nothing bad.
Okay, sure.
Right,
Then
right.
let's follow up on this.
Did
and
he
see.
describe what they looked like? Who they
Tall,
were?
about 6'5".
Well, they're all about 6'5" if they're from giants.
Oh, so you're allowed to make a generalisation, but I'm not.
That's just a fact.
The
And in this case-
generalisation was that they all know each other, not what they look
But
like.
you do. In this one
Alright,
case, you do.
alright.
I don't know all of them. I
Alright.
might
You know
just
one.
only know
You
one.
know one. Exactly. You know one of
Robert.
them.
Smoke.
Nobody gets me riled up like he does.
Oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's
Fuck off. I do know what I'm talking about. I got the information actually. So how about just a little bit of respect on this situation?
You're
Just
right.
a little bit.
All right. So what?
I'm sorry, and and I pick up one of the pebbles that I found and I pass it to you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean nothing by it.
I guess I take it and I just kind of look at it. And what's magical about this?
Well,
just
it's beautiful.
Nice, isn't it?
Oh, now who's being disrespectful?
I don't think that was very nice.
I turn around and I pick up the rock and I thank you and I put it in my pocket.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now, so one of them was 6'5".
Mm.
What about the other ones?
Sure.
That's awful easy for the like. Imagine just looking at someone and instantly knowing how tall they are. Not like, oh, they must be over 6 foot or something, maybe 6.5 foot. Like, you're exactly 6'5". Imagine someone looking at you and being like, oh, I think that person is exactly
Maybe he has a
5'7".
spell for it.
In all
Maybe.
fairness, they said they were tall, and I went, would you say about 6'5"? And then they went, yeah, I would.
Yeah, you did lead the.
Oh, I'm
lead them to
sorry.
the
But
arms.
what did the other ones look like?
One was very pretty. Like
You're
an
very
elvish.
pretty.
Oh, thanks.
What was it, you? Did you say that? Okay then.
One was very short.
Was it?
Oh, that's
was it
you.
you?
You need to learn a little bit more about Fey touch culture.
I'm sorry, I was just
It's
having
alright,
a
you're
laugh.
fine. It's him.
And one was a goblin, I think.
Yes.
I
Right.
thought that were the short one.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Well, there was 5 total.
there was one that looked like bark.
Yeah, the wooden one.
I overheard that bit.
And then mysterious number 5. Yeah, Fey touch too. No,
Right.
no information about that.
I don't see why your sister would be selling dodgy furnaces full of salamanders, but
Maybe she didn't know.
maybe. I mean, it's worth investigating. When was the last time we heard about a giant lineage Fey touch person in London?
But how are we going to find anything out about it now? It's all happened.
What time is it?
It's still early. It's probably probably getting to about midday.
Okay, I want to get some food. And then I just kind of start walking away to like go get something to eat.
Do we pass any bushes or anything on the way?
Sure.
Are there any berries on them?
No, it's wrong time of year.
London, babe.
But you have the naturecraft spell, so you can literally make berries grow from the ground if you want.
I'll do that.
It's a cantrip that you can cast for free.
I'll make some raspberries and strawberries grow.
Oh, can I
I'll,
have
pick
some?
them and hand them out.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And this won't do anything.
They're strawberries.
Yeah, but they're like magical strawberries, so it won't make me like shit myself or anything.
Sylvie's already eaten like 10. So
And I'm just
she's
waiting
fine.
to see if you shit yourself.
I feel alright.
Look, you'll be fine.
Very tasty.
Thanks.
The amount of shit you put in your body, I think you can eat a strawberry.
I think the amount of shit in my body makes it that I can't eat a strawberry. And I
What
take
do,
a
what do you want
strawberry.
in a potato?
A raw potato.
A carrot?
I prefer vegetables.
Can I make a carrot?
Yes, you can make a carrot. You naturecraft a carrot for Robert.
And
I'll
give you
take
a
them
fact, yeah.
Thank you.
Important question, what colour is the carrot?
Purple.
Excellent. Excellent.
It's a natural carrot.
Eat the fucking carrot.
It tastes like a carrot.
We should send them.
And I'm just kind of like waiting to see like, Can you guys still see me?
You're very suspicious.
You're fine. There you
It's
go.
a good carrot. I bet you've never had a carrot that tastes like that before. I bet it's the best one you've ever had.
It's a carrot.
Fine.
Can you only make fruit and vegetables?
Well, that's what grows.
Well, if it's nature, then I can make it. I can't, like,
What
make
did you,
a stew come out
pork
of the
pie?
ground.
Can you make a pork pie go out of the ground? I mean, if you want a pork pie, I'm happy to get a pork pie. Like one carrot's fine, but
Well, look, why don't we get something to eat and then look into. Well,
Well, where do we start?
you talk to the rich fucker. You know, the lying one, or you know, your friend, the Baron.
Well, my friend won't know nothing.
Your friend probably knows something.
I mean, he might not if
Okay.
Mr. Becker didn't say
And
it.
then, if we go and he knows nothing, then he knows nothing, and then we go back to Jonathan Fancy Pants.
Mr. Becker.
Yeah, whatever.
Or we go back to. I don't know.
No, what?
Just like whoever told you who they were. Did you not ask any more questions?
They had no more information.
Oh, so they don't know like, when that happened, or
Is that? I
Or
just don't think
where?
that's information. Oh, that was probably important information. Probably happened. I'm going to assume it happened at the warehouse.
well, perhaps we could go back and just have a look around.
I guess, but I'd feel more comfortable talking to someone.
Oh, who's the one that bought the furnaces?
Yeah, so we talk to him.
All right.
All right. So we've got to find Mr. Becker then.
I-
All
Okay.
right.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, fine. First, I need to eat.
Yes.
I can't, like, make fire or anything, can I?
No, I don't believe you took spells from the Seer of Fire.
Fine, like cook a potato.
So-
I was thinking of making, like, a little stew.
With the party on their next quest to find a pork pie,
I'm not eating a pork pie!
having
You don't need the pork pie.
managed to safely and successfully, with some very nice bee shaping from our druid, move the fire salamanders and getting information about where the furnaces originally came from that may be connected to Luck's sister, I think this is a perfect place to pause in our story.
Come back next time!
Yeah.
Thank you for
Thank you
watching.
for being here. And thank you to
This
our
was
DM.
so
Thank you,
fun!
Thank you to Neil.
Thank
Thank you to
you.
Neil,
I'm
DM.
loving it so far.
I'm so excited.
I love this world already.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big fan.
And we love you, and we love our patrons, and we love Neil's patrons. We love all of you. Thank you.
And anyone new.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Bye!
Bye.